Good afternoon, everyone. My name's Aroli Marcellinus. I am representing my laboratory, Computational Medicine Lab, from Kumo National Institute of Technology. Today, I want to share my research progress about patch clamp electrophysiology simulator development using CellML as the part of the 10th edition challenge. Here are the contents of my presentation. The first part is introduction and aim of study. I will explain about the background of my research and states the purpose of my study. The second part is system implementation and design. I will explain the development process of the simulator program and displaying the schematic of the simulator. The third part is simulation result. I will display the simulation result that has been done using the simulator program. Lastly, I will finish the talk with the conclusion and explain the limitations that I faced during this research. So let's start with the introduction and the aim of study. Fission project is established with the objectives of creating virtual human data structure within multiple scales, ranging from genetic level to organism level. One of the successful attempts from this movement is CellML. CellML is a markup language developed by Auckland Bioengineering Institute. This language initially used to share models of cardiac cell dynamics among researchers around the world. Nowadays, CellML has been used for describing many kinds of cell models, such as lump parameter models, protein models, and so on. CellML describes the information of cell models as components. Components consist of variables and mathematical equations. The mathematical equations commonly consist of algebraic equation and ordinary differential equation, as shown in the figure. Mathematical equation can be simulated using software that supports CellML files. In this study, my objective of the research is to create a simulator program that can simulate mathematical equations from CellML files. This simulator program will have two kinds of type, consists of cell simulation and patch clamp simulation. Additionally, this simulator program also provides several simulations protocol, such as drug testing simulation and mutation simulation. Now let's enter the system implementation and design. We want to incorporate these CellML files into our simulator program. However, the main problem is the CellML file is not suitable file for processing information. As the result, the CellML files itself cannot process their mathematical equation. To solve it, we need to convert CellML files into a program code. The slide that you are seeing right now is the flowchart of how we retrieve CellML files and converting it into C++ code. The first step is, of course, CellML files need to be downloaded from Visium repository. Then, after CellML files have been downloaded, we will open those files with OpenCore. Using CellML C code generated script, or in short, CellML CCGS, that is included within the OpenCore, we can convert CellML files into program code of our choice. In this study, we convert it into C++. After the CellML files have been made into C++ code, now the cell models can be incorporated into our simulator program. The slide that you are seeing right now is the schematic of cell simulator program. The CellML code included inside the simulator program, and several simulations protocols have been developed based on the CellML code. Observe that there are some small green squares right here in the cell diagrams. Those small green squares represents ionic channels. Since we also create patch simulator that use ionic channels as the interface instead of a whole cell, thus green square need to be there as a part of the cell models. We're gonna see this green square when we talk about the patch simulator later in the next slide. Now we move to patch simulator. If you look at the schematic right there, the component of patch simulator is only an ionic channel from the cell model. Here, as you can see in here, different from cell simulator that produce the action potential, patch simulator needs action potential as the input. The ionic current response will be the output of this simulation. As for the last part of this section, here is the simulation workflow of the simulation program. This workflow applies for all of the simulation protocols, with some slight differences to each other. However, generally speaking, they are following the same principle as shown in here. There are two main parts in the workflow: initialization part around here and the computation part in here. The initialization part is basically just initialize all of the necessary parameters that will be used in the computation part, while the computation part will try to solve all of the ODE and will produce the output, which is the membrane potential and the ionic current according to the time, and it will be looping, and it will be looped until the end of the computation time. That's all for the system design and implementation of the simulator program. The next one, I will show you to see some result of my simulator program. The graph that you see at the left is the simulation result of A1656 demutation using our cell simulator program. This simulation is performed using Tentasier et al. 2004 cardiac ventricular cell model. If we compare with the result from the reference paper, it looks similar to each other. In other words, using this simulator, we can reproduce several computational experiments that has been done by other researchers, even though the implementation is not exactly the same. The next graph is the result of patch clamping simulation of sodium channel using membrane potential data from the experiment. In the left side is the experiment membrane potential data of drug effect that we got from the Korea Institute of Toxicology. Using this data, we apply patch clamping to the late sodium channel of Ohara-Rudy 2011. And then by using the simulator program, we can obtain the result of patch clamping as shown in the right figure. The purpose of this research is to show you about this experiment is to create a simulator program using mathematical data existing in CellML files. As I presented during this time, we can reuse existing experimental result using our simulator program. This reusability feature is one of the key values that want to be conveyed by the Visium project. Every matters in this world are not perfect, including the simulator programs. During the development, I found some limitation of the simulator program. Firstly, even though the simulator built in the high performance computer, we still meet some performance issues such as slow time simulation. It happened mostly since the simulation code lacks of the parallel code. Secondly, only certain CellML model can be used by these simulator programs. Till this time, most of the cardiac cell models can be incorporated into the simulator program, while some of them like Nygren model and Priebe-Buckelman model cannot be used since their CellML files cannot be converted into C++ code. That's all for my presentation. I accept any questions and opinion regarding my research. Thank you very much for listening.